The Steelers have released their training camp schedule, and all eyes are going to be on the quarterback position. We know Russell Wilson will have most of the reps, with the first team and training camp and things like that. But the division of the reps, people are going to keep an eye on. Is it a true competition? Is Justin Fields getting an actual shot to be the starter for the Steelers? People are going to be paying attention, to that. The wide receiver position, the Steelers haven't made a big move at the wide receiver position, made a lot of smaller signings, and Van Jefferson was one of the smaller signings brought in for the Steelers, and he says he's going after that wide receiver 2 spot, So, and you have Roman Wilson, the draft pick. He came in, he's vocal. He said he can be the number 2 receiver. He don't see why he couldn't be it, fill that void. So that's a little competition right there. You got guys that's going to be wanting to be the number 2 receiver if the Steelers don't make a big move. There's still time, So you have that, man. Cornerback position, the Steelers brought back Cam Sutton. Cam Sutton did some things with the Steelers for some years, went on at Detroit. Now he's back in the fold, so he's going to want to work his way back into the lineup, as a starter as well. You already have guys that the Steelers had in the camp. They signed some guys, Everett, he was signed. You still got Corey Trice, he's coming back off an injury. I know he's motivated. He's seen his draft guy, the draft class guy, Joey Porter, have a good rookie season. That said, it motivated him. You got Darius Rush, Ryan Watts, so Deontay Jackson came into the fold from the Deontay Johnson trade. He's going to be on the other side. So you got a bunch of, we don't know for sure. Corey Trice, he's a long guy. Ryan Watts, they may challenge him for that outside spot. He may have the upper hand, being already having that experience of played there and doing things. So, but this is a new team and it can go a different way. That's what training camp is all about, so you have that. And then in the slot, like I said, a lot of those guys, the young guys are going to be trying to test Cam Sutton, for that slot. So it's not a slam dunk that Cam comes back and get the slot, so there's going to be some wars there. Safety position, you got the safety position. Deshaun Elliott was brought in, from the Miami Dolphins. You have DeMonte KZ already, so hey, Elliott's looking like he was working more with the ones, OTAs and things like that. So hey, maybe he comes in and take the spot off of DeMonte KZ. So that's something, to look forward there, at the little training camp battle at the safety position, because we already know Minkah Fitzpatrick's spot is sealed. So, and then on the line, in the trenches, the big guys always have battles on that offensive line. You got the young guys coming in that they drafted. You still got Dan Moores and people like that. Hey, Dan Moore held off Broderick Jones, last year in training camp to hold his spot for as long as he could, but so you may have that this year. Hey, man, I don't want to let the young guys come in and push me out, but the way that the Steelers drafted with the offensive line, that's the way they want to go with the young guys. But you still have to work for your spot, especially with the Steelers. Nothing's given. You can ask Broderick Jones that, him and Joey Porter Jr. So that's how, it works. So it's the guys are going to have to come in and work, the young offensive linemen and the guys on the defensive line as well that was drafted. So, just some storylines, that's going to be closely followed at this training camp. Pads come out, and that's the time when you see what's what and who's who. OTAs is OTAs. Guys running around in shorts and things like that, running routes, just trying to get acclimated into the if you're new to the team, you're trying to get settled in, and things like that. Get the playbook, get familiar. That's things, the chemistry and all that. And then when training camp comes, you put the pads on and things amp up, you ramp up, and everybody's trying to make that 53 man, and that's when it gets heated, and that's when you're going to know what's what. So, the schedule's been released. Here it is. And training camp not too far away, so just some of the storylines, like I've said, the quarterback, everybody's going to be looking at the division of the reps on the quarterback position, as Fields getting a shot to even try to be the starter. Who's going to step up, whose name's going to be ringing in that wide receiver position. We know George Pickens is the top dog this year, and another training camp thing, Jaylen Warren says he sees himself in the young undrafted running back that they signed from Georgia, Edwards. He says he see a lot of him in him, so, and if you know the story of Jaylen Warren, he was a training camp guy. He made his name through training camp. Mike Tomlin said he was waiting for him to blink, and he never blinked. Made the team, had a great training camp. That's all you heard was Warren, Warren, Warren. And then, he followed that up with production in the regular season, once he made the team. So you have the running back position to look at as well. No fifth-year option for Najee Harris. So maybe one of those young guys will be the next 1-2 punch with Warren, so you got to watch out for that. And it's just training camp, man. All the storylines, and this is where guys are made. Like I said, Jaylen Warren is an example, so training camp can't come fast enough. Looking forward to it. The dates and everything has been set, and we're just gonna have to wait a short time to see how everything unfolds. So thanks for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bells to get all the new videos, and until